Where can we meet? How can we meet? So we are Muslims by name. If we do not have shame, if we don't have haya, then we will do all what we are doing, killing each other. The other night, 2-3 nights ago, the fellow in Iraq, in Pretoria, there are something like 200,000 to 300,000 orphans. This wonderful island is the most senior man looking after them. For I don't know how many times the assassins came to his humble little house. His bodyguards ran away. He wanted to chase them. He is a man in his mid or late 80s. And his wife said, no, look at the women we have also amongst the waliyat. She said, no, you mustn't move. I will chase. And they were screaming, and of course the Arabs are scared of screaming women. So the fellow ran away. And they interviewed the man. It was in the BBC. Why are they assassinating you? He said, because I'm reminding people that there is only one, and you are here only to improve and arrive at the point of true worship. And they want to be the kings and the gods. And therefore, I am about to be assassinated and I will be a martyr, and I'm quite happy. So the fellow asked him, he said, would you want to be a martyr? He said, I already am totally, utterly in the hand of Allah. There's nothing will change. Nothing will increase or become less. Look at the real tawakkul. This is the story of man naha nafsa anil hawa. The Quran tells us. It is about he who puts his lower self not to follow and pursue his own whims. Why not? Let's have more. Why not? I'm going to be more important. Why not let me make more money? This why not is the shaitan, and you fall into it and you will suffer. That is why the higher you go along the path of arrival, the more sensitive and dangerous the situation becomes. Because shaitan will come to you in the disguise of goodness. Why not more power, so you build more mosques, so every imam will harangue you the other imam? Because they have not been saved from their own self. If you have not established the right relationship between your lower self and your higher self, how can you have a good relationship with other selves? Charity begins at home. If you haven't done it where the home is, how can you do it with others? It will be fantasy. It will be an imposition. The Quran says, and he who puts himself in safe place from its whims and its fancified, if you like, pursuit of distractions, فَإِنَّ الْجَنَّةَ هِيَ الْمَأْوَى. Certainly, paradise is where he or she dwells. This is worth celebrating. You want to celebrate a state, a hal, or a maqam that is everlasting. We don't want to celebrate for 1 minute and pay the price for 2-3 years. I was shocked when I first came to South Africa seeing people who can't afford, big weddings. They get into debt to pay for years for a wedding. And what a miserable celebration that is. It must be joyful at its time, it must be joyful after its time, and the good taste must remain there as an ongoing nourishment. This is worth celebrating. Allah Azza wa Jal reminds us that the Eid, or the path, we in Islam have 2 Eids. One of them, this Eid al-Fitr, at the end of abstention, and the other one is the end of the Hajj. Both of these Eids have the same following 5 ingredients in common. Number 1, hijrah. Leave behind that which the nafs finds attractive. What does the nafs find attractive? In the usual sense of everyday life, eating and munching and being admired and carrying on, I am so important a person. 1.5 billion Muslims. 2/3 of them are destitute. In Afghanistan, immense poverty. There are no less than 2 million people in the upper half of the country. They have no food. Mothers weep. They say our children do not sleep the night. And here billions of dollars are spent in the name of progress or civilization in a country that is destitute. Everywhere else you look. Look at the rest of the world. Look at Africa. How much misery there is here, and the continent is one of the wealthiest in every way. Why? Because the leaders have not led themselves. Because the leaders are not transparent to themselves and to others. If you are not transparent to yourself, if you are not honest to yourself, how can you be honest to others? In the case of the month of Ramadan, we turn away from our normal habits. Munch, 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 punch, punch, punch. We abstain from that. In the case of the Hajj, you abstain from comfort and ease. It's not easy, especially as you get on with an age. Your environment has changed, your diet, your place. So you turn away from habits and habitats. So hijrah, you leave behind. Then jihad. There's difficulty in that. In the case of fasting, the jihad is you're becoming more aware of yourself. Usually, in the morning, most people who are fasting are grumpy. So my advice for you next year, if you want something from somebody who's fasting, don't go to them early morning. Go nearest to iftar. It's generally easy.